I hope that this finds you well, and I'm going to assume that there hasn't been a whole lot of movement for the upper body, and so here are some stretches, some very simple things that you can do throughout your day. It doesn't even have to be done sitting on the floor, although you're welcome to. These can be done sitting on your chair also. So start first with just wherever you are sitting, find a moment to think about the space between your vertebrae. Even if you feel like you've been shrinking, pause for a minute. You can even close your eyes. Begin to notice your breath. Can you allow your breath to move into the spaces between your vertebrae? Obviously, that's not how we move the breath, but can you think about an energetic aspect of the breath, creating a cushioning between the vertebrae? And then, without really doing anything with the rest of your spine, simply shrug your shoulders up toward your ears, and then relax your shoulders, let them come down. And shrug them up, hold them up here, and let your right ear move toward your right shoulder with your shoulders shrugged. And then maybe turn your nose down toward your armpit and bring the ear back to the shoulder. Lift it up, see if you can keep the shrugging of the shoulders. And then left ear toward left shoulder. Nose toward armpit. Not holding your breath, you're still breathing. Left ear toward left shoulder. Head comes back up. Shrug the shoulder blades. And as you shrug the shoulders, think about creating a double chin. I know it's super attractive, right? Create that double chin, shrug the shoulder blades, root down through your sit bones, feel your pelvis get heavy, and then relax. Take your right hand and bring it behind you a little bit. See if you can keep the arms straight. And this, again, can be done on your chair. You can be sitting in your chair and bring the arm behind you. And as you bring the arm behind you, palm faces forward. Let your left ear drop down toward your left shoulder. The sensation that you're trying to press into whatever is underneath these fingers, probably your middle ring and pinky finger of this right hand. You're trying to press and maybe push forward a little bit. Bring your hand up to your right temple and a very gentle exploration of the head, pressing up into the hand and the hand settling down into the head as you keep this right arm somewhat active, right? Not rigid, but just enough work through that arm that you feel the right shoulder blade on the back. And then again, turn your nose toward your armpit. Still a slight feeling of communication between the head and the hand. They're equal opportunity workers here. And then the head back to center. Lift the head up. And then relax this right arm. Bring it behind you a little bit more and let it relax. And let your left hand come to your right knee. Take an inhale. Create length in your spine. And then exhale. Let your spine turn to the right. And we've done this a fair number of times, so it should be fairly familiar to you. We'll inhale here, and we'll exhale, keep the hands where they are, but round the spine. Pull the shoulder blades away from each other on your back. And then inhale, sit up tall, and let your right shoulder blade retract a little bit as you turn your rib cage to the right, this seated twist. And then round the spine, pull the shoulder blades apart, and then sit up tall, Retract your right shoulder blade to help turn your rib cage to the right, just a little bit more. And last one, chest comes forward, round through the upper back, middle back especially, and then sit up tall as you inhale. And retract that right shoulder blade gently. So let your left arm be somewhat relaxed. Your left hand will be on your right leg in a manner that it's contacting it. There's a sense that you're holding it, but try not to grip it really hard. And then just pause here, a couple of breaths. Notice what you feel. Do you feel your body settling to the left side? Can you even it out? Does that serve you, or does it feel better for you to be leaning to the left? Give yourself, right, this very minimal break just to notice things that we typically don't notice. And then come back to center. Good. If you're sitting, recross your legs. I know, your favorite thing. Left hand comes back behind you just a little bit. So it's not straight out to the side, out from the hip. It's back behind you a little bit. Elbow straight, press. I'm finding that my middle ring and pinky finger are doing are the ones that are in contact with the floor or your chair, wherever you are. And as you press, lengthen up through the crown of the head, and then let your right ear drop toward your right shoulder. This can all be done with your eyes closed. Notice your breath. Can you create a three-dimensional quality of your breath within your rib cage? And the right hand can come up and give some resistance to the head. So head presses into the hand settles into the head. Your left arm working just enough to connect the feeling of your left shoulder blade on your back. And then turn your nose toward your right armpit. Your hand might change position on your head, but still there's this slight, it's maybe 5% effort of your hand into your head and your head up into your hand. And you may find a different spot that works better for you. Just notice the sensation. And if there's a spot that asks you to pause and stay there, then do that. You're exploring the possibility of opening up the communication channel between your left ear and your left shoulder blade, and maybe down into your left shoulder blade instead of just the left top of the shoulder. And then let the head come up to center. Let your left hand come behind you a little bit more, and let your right hand come to your left knee. Feel your spine get tall, and then exhale that little look, maybe over, out through the left outer corner of your eye. Even with your eyes closed, you can think about that. And then we'll create some movement here. So we'll come hands stay where they are, twist your chest back to center, and then pull your shoulder blades apart. And none of this is done aggressively. It's simply done with a gentle sense of awareness. And then you sit up tall and retract the left shoulder blade as you turn the rib cage. And then fluidly we come through center, rounding the upper and middle back, protracting the shoulder blades, and then sitting up tall, little spin of the rib cage to the left. Two more. Center, pull the shoulder blades apart, and then any point in these movements, if you want to pause and explore and breathe, then do that. And then that little twist to the left. Last one with movement as we pull the shoulder blades apart. Think about shortening the distance between your pubic bone and your throat, just gently. And then sit up tall, creating length between them. Left shoulder blade retracts a little bit. Maybe that idea of looking out through the left corner of your eye. Even with your eyes closed, you can notice the intent of your gaze. And then unravel, come center, Last one, hands behind the head. Pull your elbows back. Try not to also push your chest forward or your chin forward. Just pulling your elbows back, and then pull your elbows toward each other. And so you'll notice that I'm trying not to move my spine, my entire spine. I'm trying just to create some movement within the thoracic area. A couple of these. And then you can do the full thing. Let that movement wave through your entire spine, up and down, just giving you some flexion and some extension. And then let your arms come down. Pause again. Pause in your place of where you are seated. Notice your breath. And check into the sensations of your body. Maybe you feel that there's some more clarity with the lines of communication. All right, I hope that this gave you a little bit of a break, a little bit of a lessening of effort through the work of your upper body. Just gave you some space. I'll look forward to seeing you in person sometime. Stay safe.